I changed my Fortnite keybinds. You may be thinking, who cares? What is the big deal? It is a big deal for me. Basically, because of the way my setup works and the way I use my keyboard, it is quite difficult to reach over to 1 and 6, especially in very tense situations. So my plan was to make my first 2 item slots the most important weapons in my current loadout, and change the keybinds from 2 and 3 to Z and C. This way, all I need to do was move my ring or index finger downward 1 key rather than stretch it up. I feel like a Fortnite god right now, but it wasn't always like that. As you may imagine, new things take a lot of time to get used to, so a lot of the time I was fumbling my keybinds or forgetting they exist in the first place and just using my scroll wheel like an idiot. There is a diamond in the rough, however. I have 2 games to share with you today, and I know this is a different style of video. I'm going to attempt to make a story time out of these games, having watched a lot of Ragtag recently. I'm sure I can make it damn near as epic as he does. Shout out to Ragtag, by the way, dude is a legend. If you actually enjoy this type of storytelling content, well, subscribe to Ragtag, that dude, and 1,000 times better. And he's Scottish. What is not to love? Anyways, moving on. To start off our journey, I was actually AFK sorting out a little problem, so I didn't realize that my teammate had pinged a location and dropped already. Fashionably late, I followed suit, landing in this window in this house on this island, which I actually had no idea was here until now, but hey ho, we move. However, there didn't seem to be much loot here, so I decided to move over to Lavish Lair to hopefully get some better weapons or maybe even find a fight, and knowing my luck, we found the latter. Knocked. Johnny the Kid tried to challenge me, so I showed him why that was a bad idea. Moving around Lavish, the footsteps of the other teammate loomed ever closer, so I tried to seek out my opponent and hopefully catch him off guard. Aha, yes! Take that 21 headshot damage. Squad wiped. Were my skills finally improving? Did the keybinds actually help me by making sure I had the correct gun out? Was I finally going to be able to take on the world at FNCS and be featured in videos by Nick30 and CypherPK, Encourage JD, and Fortnite Ninja? Yes, I know they were just AI. Just let me have this, okay? The dopamine hits are very satisfying. With that squad wiped off the map, we moved on from Lavish. Well, I say we. My teammate decided he was the Flash and zoomed across the map with Nitro before I had even noticed. But taking a car, I caught up and they offered me a very kind gift. But just before leaving, I noticed a strange figure. The Wanderer had shown up. I'd never actually seen him in game before, so it's a very cool Easter egg discovery. In the distance, I began to hear Metallica. A war bus was below us, and while investigating, some unfriendly faces arrived. I bet you were actually expecting me to miss that sniper shot. So was I. Eminem was a little more tricky to deal with, but eventually we got the job done. And very kindly, Slim Shady, along with providing me some banger music to rap along to, also provided me Nitro Fists, quite possibly one of the strongest weapons in the game. Heading over to Reckless Railway, some more friends awaited our arrival. Yeah, this is more what I expected from using this sniper. Ah well, Nitro Fist time! Who put this wall here? Yoinking the crown from that Peabody, my loadout was looking pretty damn good. However, it is missing something. Saying goodbye to the sniper that served me so well. We rotated into zone and I used a new trick I recently learned. Fully healed up, we heard a zipline close to Nitro Dome, and my teammate wasn't a fan of that at all. That one was too close for comfort. Fully healing up yet again, we further rotated into zone, where we were yet again rudely interrupted. This lobby felt aggressive and sweaty, but despite playing well thus far, the medallion teams were out and about around the zone, and I decided a change of loadout is in order to make sure I can keep up. However, I misclicked and accidentally dropped the nitro fists instead of the combat shotgun. This could have been the fatal error that cost my life. If a team had pulled up behind me trying to get after zone, it would be over. I recovered after my risky misclick and we headed over to zone in brutal beachhead. With just 6 people left in the lobby, nerves were starting to set in. But then we heard the familiar sound of a reboot. Someone was trying to bring their brethren back from the dead, and that simply won't do. My teammate knocked me at 4 HP, the odds were definitely not in our favor. Finishing off the down meant it was a 1v1. Me versus Magneto using his own power against him. He barely managed to slip away. I could reboot my teammate, but the ring pulling away with the amount of damage it would deal, I made the decision. Rest in peace. We were so close to victory. Had I not used all my charges to bolt up into the sky for some poke, had just a tiny bit of shield, this game could have been much different. But I didn't let that unfortunate loss stop my momentum. Loading into next game, my teammate wanted to hot drop on brutal beachhead, where the Megalodon currently resided. Unfortunately, it seemed the whole lobby wanted to say hello to him as well. I couldn't risk landing on the main ship. Without a weapon, it would be straight back to the lobby for me. Squads were everywhere. Within the chaos, Megalodon had been aggroed, so we decided a little third-party action was in order. Get out of here. The enemies out of our way, our focus shifted to the now enraged Megalodon. However, a few nosy AI wanted to pop their heads in and say hello. Megalodon finally defeated, we celebrated by fizzing everywhere. Oh, yeah, ignore him. He doesn't really like this rock for some reason. We had won, EOI. With 56 players left in the lobby, our loadouts were looking great for some endgame action. But that still didn't stop my teammate. Deciding instead that I would drive, we made the choice to head over to Redline Rig, where the machinist was still lurking. Surprisingly, not many squads attempted to drop Redline. Machinist defeated. I was still getting used to my new keybinds and didn't realize I had dropped the Megalodon combat shotgun. And my teammate, being the adoring fella he is, decided to hold on to it for me. No worries, I now have easily my favorite gun in the whole game right now, the Machinist Combat Assault Rifle. And with the medallion, we made our way to the vault and yoinked the Machinist car. With 2 boss cars at our disposal, it felt as if we were unstoppable. But we wanted to add a little more firepower to our squad by hiring the T-60 power armor from Fallout. It was here I heard a friendly AI wanted to pop in and say hello. Yeah, we got along quite well. Buying our new friend, we took the cars over to Pantheon Pass where some more friends were. I should have titled this video Bullying AI for 20 minutes. It was on Mount Olympus that we heard a car. Someone was fighting, and it quickly dawned on me that we had left our cars at the base of Mount Olympus. If this squad noticed and yoinked them, this game would become a whole lot harder. Rushing back to the cars, we gave chase to the SUV squad. They were definitely not a fan of that. Having lost that squad, we looked over the horizon only to hear the familiar sound of a reboot van. We had successfully scared them off. Must have been my impeccable aim. Heading back to height, I spotted out of the corner of my eye another squad had been chilling where we once were. I decided to press my W key. They had disabled my car and had decided now would be a good time to get out and settle this like grown adults. Yeah, haha, take that. I swear I am a grown and mature adult. We thought it best to leave the machinist car and all stick to one vehicle. That way we are best coordinated. It was my teammate's time to shine in the driver's seat, and with him at the wheel he showed me a neat new trick. Oh my god, they multiplied. Yeah, alright, I really don't want to talk about that EMP. The grenade's too big. After a tense battle, our car needed a little servicing, but I noticed a certain purple item nearby. The nitro fists were mine. Getting chased by another squad, I thought my best bet was to flee and make sure we had adequate cover, but this SUV looked at me funny, so I decided to chase him. SUV squad down. As we were getting our bearings, another squad came in for the attack. My teammate was down. It was up to me to clutch a very important fight if we had any chance of survival in the endgame. Well, that was unfortunate. I will happily take a 4th place. Despite being at a disadvantage throughout due to me being an idiot and forgetting I swapped my keybinds after time, I'm happy with the way this turned out. I think that these keybinds will be my go-to once I'm used to them. Nothing can stop me. Thanks for watching. This is a very different style of content, but I'm trying to make as entertaining Fortnite videos as possible. I will still upload the occasional meme video, maybe one of these commentary videos, but I still won't stray too far away from the good old stream highlights. Speaking of, you can catch my games over on Twitch whenever I decide to go live over there. I'm always interested in interacting with the chat and I love vibing with a loving community. Thank you for watching. Take care.